excited for our next guest as we welcome in rock musician David Cook, fantastic singer, songwriter, rose to fame back in 2008 when he was the winner of American Idol, the time of my life. I wonder, so David, I'm just kind of one of these people that's like, Squirrel, the dog from Up, just going topic to topic. And immediately I think, for somebody when you have a massive hit like that and a number of them on various albums, do people just weave in song titles into conversation with you when they meet you? Does this happen?
I had to say that's the first time I've ever been asked that question. Nobody that I have continued to be friends with has ever done that in conversation. That's usually like a pretty big red flag. You know, I have been fortunate to have those songs, I guess, that people can play that game with. But yeah, my buddies usually do that to me every now and again, just to kind of deflate the ego balloon a little bit and bring me back down to earth, which is probably needed.
That is the perfect answer, though. Not people that I talk to often here. I think I also buried the lead to an extent, though, talking about your resume. I need to make sure that I have added on there as we have Super Bowl LVII ahead. Huge Chiefs fan as well. What's the vibe for you personally on a week like this? Are we super anxious? Are we excited? What's your feeling?
You know, I felt better about it before the AFC Championship game. I felt like there was so much chatter coming Kansas City's way that game. I felt like, okay, I feel like this team will be motivated and ready to play. And then the injuries just started piling up in game. So now, I'm like every day checking the injury report that comes out, like just hoping that some of our receivers can get healthy, and L'Jarius Sneed and Willie Gay are going to be ready to go. So I'm anxious more so about the lead up to the game and making sure that the Chiefs are able to put a fuller squad out there.
We got to be listening to VSiN because we will certainly be getting those injury reports on air every time that one of them comes out. But hey, Patrick Mahomes, you get the extra time off to heal up a little bit. And he and Andy Reid have just been such a dynamic duo when it comes to the postseason. Now an opportunity for another Super Bowl in their grasp here. What type of a fan are you when it comes to watching your team in the Super Bowl? Like, are you somebody who you want to go to the game, or you want to go to a Super Bowl party and be around like-minded people? Do you just need to be home by yourself screaming at the TV? What type of fan are you?
I want to be at every game possible, Super Bowl included. I would probably do myself a pretty big service by not being around other people. I yell at the TV a lot. My wife likes to joke, like she can tell how the game's going being on another floor of the house just by what I'm yelling. So I'm an embarrassing fan, I think. I would probably be pretty embarrassed if people watched me watch the game.
I think that's the best type of fan, though, and I'm very much so similar when it's my team. Unfortunately, the last time my team played in a Super Bowl, your team beat mine, so I was the one screaming more negatively in that instance, my friend.
Wait, who's your team?
San Francisco 49ers. It was not pretty for me.
God, yeah, that game was rough. I mean, I was talking to somebody about the 49ers the other day. Just how crazy is it that you guys had your third string quarterback for about half the season and made it to the NFC Championship game and then get bit by another quarterback injury bug to the point where your quarterback at the end of the game can't even throw the ball. It's insane that I think San Francisco is going to be one of those teams that everybody's talking about next season for sure, if they can just stay healthy at the quarterback position.
Yeah, and figure out who is going to play for us at the quarterback position would be a little bit helpful as well.
Yeah.
But because you mentioned, obviously, the Eagles are the ones that knocked off the 49ers, and they have been one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league in a number of categories throughout the entire year. Now they're taking on your Chiefs in the big game. What's your feel for how things are going to play out come Sunday? And can you give us a little score prediction? What are you thinking?
I'm hanging on to strength of schedule at this point. So at the beginning of the season, I think the Eagles were ranked they had the second easiest strength of schedule and the Chiefs had the hardest schedule. Obviously, those kind of went back to the mean. I think people were overestimating how hard the AFC West was going to be. I heard you guys talking about Russell Wilson earlier. So Sorry, Russell, I like you, but I think for this game, some of it's going to come down to health, as I mentioned a second ago. I think another aspect of it is going to be, can the Chiefs, front seven defensively do enough to kind of counteract? I think the Eagles could definitely attack our secondary. We're young, and so, I fluctuate on this. Right now, I'll say Chiefs win. I'll go 27-23. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I would love that, because if that does come to fruition, then my teaser would cash, and so I really like that. Excellent prediction. Let's roll with it. If the Chiefs do win this thing, does Mahomes have to be the MVP for them to win this, or is there anybody else you think that could stand out on the Kansas City side to ultimately win it, or is it just him or bust to you?
Are you saying league MVP or Super Bowl MVP?
Super Bowl MVP. We already know he's getting league MVP. Come on.
I'm not really sure how to answer that question other than Mahomes, but my dark horse MVP candidate for the Super Bowl right now, if the Chiefs are going to win, I'm going Chris Jones. I think the Chiefs win if Chris Jones has a day, and I think we saw some of that against the Bengals, how they moved him around to create mismatches around the D line. If they can continue to do that and put pressure on Hurts, and really make an impact on their run game, I could see it being Chris Jones, honestly.
Yeah, I love that. Love me a long shot, 40-1 odds too. And for all the talk about the Eagles and how great they are defensively, bringing pressure on the quarterback, one of the best interior defensive linemen in all of football is Chris Jones. Great pick. I would love to see that cash for people that put their money on the long shots. Now, we talked a little bit before you joined us in the commercial break that you have sung the national anthem for a few Chiefs home games in the past, and you talked about how nerve-wracking those moments can be. What was more nerve-wracking for you, having to sing the national anthem for the team that you're a fan of, or making it to the final round of Idol?
Oh, the anthem, hands down. Yeah, no, that's not close.
Really?
No, not even close. I think Idol was, we were so kind of insulated in the process of Idol on a week-to-week basis that you kind of didn't really know what was happening outside of that little bubble. Doing the anthem, especially for a team that you're a fan of, it's like I always get in my head like, oh, if I sing this badly, or if I sing the anthem at all and then the Chiefs lose, then are all these fans going to think I'm somehow a bad luck charm for the Chiefs? And I get way more anxious about the anthem, like exponentially more anxious.
Yeah, I'm surprised given that situation, but I definitely get it, because the anthem, like the words, everybody knows the national anthem like the back of their hand, but it's still so tricky when it comes to those moments. Obviously, David, the music creation for you continues on as well. You're gearing for a pretty busy week coming up here. What can fans expect from you coming up later this week?
So later this week, I've got a couple shows. I got a show in Chattanooga on Friday. And then I have a show in Franklin, Tennessee on Saturday that we are also live streaming. So everybody can go to davidcookofficial.com or go to mandolin.com and find ways to get tickets to watch that. Hopefully everybody does, because it's going to be an awesome show and I'm excited about it. And then, I'm just out on tour most of the year and writing and trying to get new music out there for everybody.
Awesome. It's so exciting. Get the Valentine's Day live stream on Mandolin Saturday, February 11th, the big one coming up this weekend. Got a little game for you the last 30 seconds here. I'm going to give you a Chiefs loyalty test. If I told you the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl if you drove instead of flew to all of your performances next year, would you do it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I would walk if it would mean a Chiefs picture. Are you kidding?
That is the perfect answer. David Cook, thank you so much. Appreciate you more than you know, and good luck to your Chiefs, my friend.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.